Okay. And it works. And it moves. And it flops back on the floor again. Okay. As I say, it's not a pretty one. It's a shop tool. It doesn't have to be pretty. No, it's pretty ugly. But if you want to pretty up and make it really nice, go ahead. Okay, what I had here was I had casters on all four corners. I made these up to put under some heavy furniture in the dining room when I was renovating it, so I could move it around and get it in and out, and then back over the newly polyurethane floor without any scratches. And I thought, well, I've got these, and I actually made them with a dual purpose thing, one for the saw table and one for the jointer, just for easy access. So what I've done is made up some mounting blocks. This is all scrap wood. You know, I'm sorry, but you know, this is shop furniture. It doesn't have to be pretty. We'll mount those blocks up there like that. A couple of hinges, and just as a swivel mechanism, and then the wheels will fit under here. And when you push down, it will lift it up. Okay. Now I'll give you a link to the chap's video that I got this idea from. So we'll just go around and we'll attach, first of all we'll just go and attach all four blocks onto here. We'll just stick them under each corner now, just to hold it up where I want it. And all I'm going to do is throw a little bit of glue on. I've actually drilled for my screws. So just wiggle those onto the corners. These ones, I'm just going to use some longer screws to make sure I really get a really deep pipe with the screw. Of course, that's what happens. So, one there. Right, we'll do that for the other four corners. Okay, so now we've got our mounting blocks. The next thing to do is to start putting our hinges on. I'm just going to use some drywall screws to do that. Now you can use centering bits, etc., but really there's nothing wrong with trailing your eye to find the centre and just screw them in. Right, we'll go through and we'll put the other ones on. Right, let's put this bit on, which is the lifter. I've just put some scrap offcuts on there. That just holds it at the height I want. Never throw away your offcuts until you've finished. They're surprisingly useful. down to this end. We'll just put the other screws home. Okay, that's the flat mechanism. Now we'll just put the castors on. And because I want them to really be carrying the weight as close to where the legs are, I also want them to be able to swing freely, so sort of look at where you're going to be getting them. So that's the one that's important. Bring it back from there as far enough. And we'll just whack that home with some screws. And I don't care. I'm not going to pull it out, it's shop furniture. Right, we'll go around. Fish screwing there, and I'll do the other side and I'll come back to you when that's done. Okay, to make the lever mechanism we need a central block, something there that one can push down in. So I'm just going to attach that onto there. These are all just pieces out of the scrap bin. Orientation we want. No worse than putting it in on and then not having the right orientation. Takes a little bit of weight, so I'll put some decent sized screws in there and I'll put 4 in. And the glue will hold once it's all set up. Actually, I'll just do 2 screws, that's enough. The glue joint, when it's dry, it's going to be extremely strong. Right, now, don't laugh, just 2 offcuts, not strong enough on their own, so I just butted 2 together. That'll give it the extra rigidity. I've already put 2 holes through and a little bit of a countersink just for some extra depth, and we'll just attach that onto there. Bit of glue and a couple of screws. Glue. Just give it a good wiggle. Right, as you can see, that's the first bit done. So we take this one, just get everything all flopped down into the right position, and there. Just like it. All the weight is actually going to be on that bit, so that's really the only bit that you need some screws on. And again, squirt a bit of glue on, give it a rub, line it up where you want it. Okay, to put the drill bit back in. Now, I'm making this lifting. Okay, so that's the actual build bit, but what we're going to do is we're going to put a little catch on this side so that it will swing under and catch that and hold it up. So I'll just go and find another piece of scrap and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Okay. So wanting that pivot there, sort of go underneath, so worked out roughly where it is. It will pivot around about there, so I need a pivot hole. And we want to cut an angle sort of coming up, and going to be a little bit of trial and error, so I'll just go to the bandsaw and I'll just cut out a bit in there, and we'll see how that ends up. Okay, so just cut that just like that, it sort of slips under, but then we want to find the pivot point. So the pivot point is, I think, going to be there. So we'll just pop a hole through there and stub another size bigger because I want it to be a bit sloppy. I want it to swing freely. I think that's about there, so we'll just drive that home. Right, we just need to take some more off the bottom. Right, what we want is to be able to just put a little bit on here, so that when we step on here, it pulls that catch back out. So work out where it is, the catch is free, and then just put a line across and we'll cut that off and we'll just glue a little foot pedal on there. Okay, all done. So I did get a couple of washers just because I think it will help with the operation of this if there's a couple of washers just to help it slide. Okay. Find another piece of scrap just to glue onto there to make a foot pedal, and it's all done. Had a thought, of course, you know, even a little bit of thin scrap like that, you know, it takes it to there. There's a little bit up. If I take off the thickness of the scrap, then it will be level, which will probably be easier for the feet and kicking it out again. So I'll just trim that down and stick that on, and we're done. Okay, I'll put some glue on it, give it a rub, line it all up. I'm just going to put some brads in to hold it. And because they're so little and such a pain in the neck, I usually just hold them. See how it works. Okay, we'll put it under the machine.